So a lot of students, they're very uncomfortable with when doing these kind of problems, right? When they're doing algebraic equations, just we have to kind of be comfortable that we have to keep doing it, or else we're gonna be kind of like scarred from it, or the lessons that we're gonna be doing it's not gonna be relevant anymore, because whenever you see this expressions, you get confused. So once again, we're gonna be using the program to help us out. So here we have parallel lines of A and B and a transversal. What is the relationship of 4x plus 50 degrees and 6x plus 40 degrees? So a lot of you already answered. Good job. The answer is alternating interior angles, because they're the interior and on the transversal of parallel A. 4x plus 50 degrees is on the left side of the equation, or the transversal, and 6x plus 40 is on the right side of parallel B is on the right side of the transversal. We can say that they are alternating because they're on opposite sides of the transversal on both parallel lines. Okay, so here, a lot of you, what would your equation be, right? You would say that these two angles are going to be congruent to each other, right? Based on the fact that alternating interior angles are congruent. So I'm going to write down 4x plus 50 degrees is congruent to 6x plus 40 degrees. Okay, this is the correct statement that you should do, right? So now I don't know how to solve it, right? I got the right equation because I know that 4x plus 50 and 6x plus 40 is going to be congruent because of, oopsie, my reasoning would be because of alternating interior angles. What you can do is, remember the program that I kind of provided for you? We're going to use that, right? So here, this is an equation from the past. Now we're going to be using 4x plus, you have to put space, plus 50 equals 6x plus 40. Okay, I'm going to click on go. Automatically it gives me an answer, x equals to 5, right? But I want you to also look at the steps, right? It says here to subtract 50 on both sides, right? So that's what I'm going to do when I'm writing down my steps. So I want you to feel comfortable when you're doing the work, right? You minus 50 on, what's that? 50 on both sides. But me, I would do is minus 40 on both sides, right? It's up to you, whichever order you feel comfortable with. You can do 6x plus 40, depends on how you write the equation. It's equals to 6x, right? And then after that, what is it telling me to do? Oh, did I even share the right page? Oh, cool. It's telling me to do what? It's telling me to minus 6x on both sides. Once again, this depends on minus 6x on both sides of the equation. This cancels out. Then when I drop down 50, then minus 2x equals to negative 10. Sorry. Then I'm going to just divide negative 2 on both sides, and x will give me 5. Okay, double check your work. Okay, I'm going to just show you how I'm doing it in my version. I know it looks ugly, but you know, we all have experience of ugly work. Hold on. So here is how I did it. Of course, you can write it as 6x plus 40 is congruent to 4x plus 50 if you want. You don't have to. But here I minus 50 on both sides because that's what the steps it's giving me, right? Then what did I do after? I dropped down 4x, I dropped down 6x, and my left over is negative 10, right? What I do after that is I minus 6x on both sides. The equation, I drop down -10, this cancels out. 4 and -6 equals to -2. I divide by -2 on both sides, and then I'm getting the value of x equals 5, right? Note that I didn't even think, or like I didn't even struggle, right? Because the site guided me. The site is really useful for students that are still struggling in equations. It shouldn't be that way, but this is a good alternative just so you can still get the idea of algebraic expressions within geometric concepts, right? We know that these two are congruent because they're both interior angles and they are alternating because they're opposite side of the transversal. So I can conclude that they are the two values are congruent because they are alternating interior angles. All I did was I put this on the equation solver so I can use it as a guide, right, to answer the question, which is x equals 5. Don't forget to double check your work, of course, right? Substitute the value of x in 4x plus 50 plus 50 degrees. Substitute the value of x, which is 4. 4 times 5 plus 50. 4 times 5 is 20 plus 50, and we put to 70 degrees. That's the value of the first angle. And the second angle is 6x plus 40 degrees. 6 times 5 plus 40. 6 times 5 is 30 degrees plus 40 degrees. Then I know that the value of this will be 70 degrees. Okay. So I know my final answer is this is 70 degrees here, and this will be also 7 degrees. So it checks out, right? Because alternating interior angles are congruent. If it's 70, then this will also be 70. Okay? Oops, sorry. Right here. If this is 70 here, then I know that this is 70 here as well. Okay? Because why? Because they are alternating interior angles.